Hello and welcome to the Piano Studio. My name's Jared and I'm here to talk today about some things to think about when looking at a digital piano. People ask me all the time, what's the difference between one piano and another, or how come one costs more than another? Or often customers come in and have no idea at all where to even start when looking at a digital piano. So today I'm just going to talk about kind of 5 things, the way I like to summarize and help people start thinking about what to look at. So those 5 things are just the sound, the action, the speaker system, the digital features, and of course the cabinetry. First, we want to talk about sound. Sound, of course, is why we're buying a piano, for that beautiful piano sound we all know and love. And it's actually quite a complex thing. On an acoustic piano, you have the hammers and the strings, the soundboard and the cabinetry all vibrating differently and working together to produce that sound. For a digital piano to reproduce that, they start off by recording a grand piano. They will take a recording, it's called a sample, of every single note on the piano, and they'll actually record every note several times because at different volume levels, the tone of a piano note changes. Now, that's one of the things that differentiates a good quality digital piano from a low quality one, is the number of recordings they take of each note. And then the other thing is that better quality pianos will have better quality software that goes to fill in the gaps between all those recordings to make it seamless as you transition from low levels to high levels of volume. So definitely it's important that you look for a piano from a high quality manufacturer that's going to produce a sound that sounds realistic and natural, and that you won't be disappointed. Next, let's talk about action. The action of a piano includes the keys and all the physical mechanisms which connect the keys to the hammers that hit the strings in acoustic pianos, or for digital pianos, it hits an electronic or an optical sensor. Every manufacturer has their own way of building their action, and that's what gives every piano its own unique feel. The action is what allows the player to express the music through their physical technique in telling the piano what to do. That's why it's so important. It's also one of the reasons why it's one of the most difficult things for a digital piano to reproduce accurately. And that's why it's very important to go with a piano from a quality manufacturer. Action is one of the biggest things that differentiates a expensive piano from a less expensive piano, or a high quality piano from a low quality imposter. And so it can be very difficult to understand action if you're not a player yourself. And even, we just recommend come on into our showroom. You can actually feel some keys. Even if you don't play, you'll be able to feel the differences between some of the pianos and start to learn what we're talking about when we talk about why a piano has a good action or not. The speaker system of a digital piano has a big impact on the sound. If you take the same sound and play it through a better speaker system, it's going to sound better, more realistic and more natural. So that's why it's important. Now, what makes a good speaker system? It's a combination of several things. It's the bass quality of the speakers themselves, how many speakers there are, how they're placed within the piano, how much power is running through the speakers, as well as how they divide up the sound between the different speakers if there's more than one speaker. All those things kind of combine together to produce a really good sound system. And usually that's one of the things that as you spend more money on a digital piano, you usually get a better quality speaker system. This next category I call digital features. It covers all the sort of digital extra components that are possible with digital pianos. It covers the basic things like being able to play with headphones and have a built-in metronome in the piano, to things like how many sounds it has other than just a piano sound. So things like brass instruments or organ sounds, which you can use if you like to play pop music or that type of thing. It also includes some pianos have the ability to add a band to you. So you play along on the piano and it adds a drummer and a bass player and a whole band behind you. There are also a number of educational applications available, such as built-in lessons or flashcards, and those are available sometimes built into the pianos, like this one here, or you can connect some pianos to a tablet or a smartphone or even to the internet and download third-party applications, or the manufacturers have some of their own applications as well. Now, as you add these digital features to a piano, the price does increase, so it's important to think about which of these features you'll actually use and enjoy, and then you can decide where you want to invest in. Lastly, a piano is a piece of furniture that becomes part of your home, so you can think about the cabinetry and how it's going to fit in your house. Cabinetry, and specifically the color, does affect the price of the piano. For acoustic pianos, Polished black is usually the least expensive finish, whereas for digital pianos, polished finishes are the most expensive. When you're looking at different pianos and if you're comparing pricing, then it's important that you're comparing pricing for pianos with the same finish. One of the great things about digital technology is that it allows pianos of many different shapes and sizes and cabinetry types. Everything from sort of sleek modern designs, which may not even look like a piano when it's closed and can double as a different kind of piece of furniture, to a traditional upright style. And then of course you have the classic grand piano styling. So it's important to look at your home and then find a piano that's going to have the right style to best fit with your space. So thanks for watching. I hope you found that helpful and have a bit better understanding now of digital pianos. I want to just invite you to come visit our showroom here at the Piano Studio in Newmarket. We'd be happy to spend some more time with you helping you understand all those different 5 factors we talked about and giving you any other information that you need to make sure that you can make a wise decision. We just want to make sure that you get the right piano for you and your family, and we're happy to help in any way.